Hi guys, Willie Melk here. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, there's a group of us, East Coast social bikers again, going out for a breakfast. So you can see my sticker on my helmet. Well, you can't, I'll show you later. Picture to follow. It's got a Facebook symbol. So the East Coast looks like Feast Coast. So we've had a bit of a play on words, and we're naming our cafe runs, because we're doing some over winter and that. We're going to do some cafe runs and review a few cafes. So yes, instead of East Coast social bikers, it's now Feast Coast social bikers, or at least Feast Coast cafe runs. So we're going to review the breakfast at I think it's Withernsea Castle Cafe today. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Up bright and early today. Today being something like the 18th of October. Have to set off in dark near enough, because it's just gone 8:30. So yeah, we're doing a bit of a series of runs for cafes over winter, but when we're not going miles, just it's basically a reason to get out and have a chat. Obviously we'll only be doing it on good days, I think. We'll try a few around the East Coast area. I mean, we've been to most of them, but we're actually going to give them a bit of a review, I think. And I'll probably have to standardise on everything, because one thing I do, and I'm known for, is I like spam on my breakfast. So at every cafe will get at least a -1 point if they don't have spam. And then we'll be judged on whether it's real spam or not. Because anyone who knows the spam comes in catering size, it's in square. Like normal consumer size, it's just rectangle. So if it comes round, it's not proper spam. I'm not saying it's not nice. Bunch of meat, sometimes it's called, or just chopped pork and ham. It's still nice, but it's not spam. So we'll see. There looks to be a few of us today, at least 20, which could be challenging when we get to the cafe. Although we have kind of pre-warned them that there's a few of us coming. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so I was getting ready and getting all geared up and everything in. There we go, look at that. That's the full load of us. So yeah, it's 15 to 20 at least. Which ain't bad for 8:30 on a Saturday morning when it's I think it's only going to get to 12 or 13 today. So it's round about, I say it's round about the 8 or 9 mark at the moment. I can't tell them this bike because unfortunately it doesn't have a temperature gauge. That's the one thing about Kawasaki, I do like it, but it is obviously, it's quite an old bike. It's a 63 plate, I think it is. Can't remember, which makes it 2012, 13, or 13, I can't remember, anyway, whichever. It's a 2012, 2013 model, so it's before all the accessory plugs and stuff like that became more common. Like you expect it on a bike nowadays. You want a USB port, maybe a cigarette lighter port, even though, you know, we refer to them as cigarette, but the power sockets, aren't they? So, I mean, 2 or 3 things. The percentage of people that smoke now is nowhere near what it used to be. But I mean, why do you need a cig lighter on a motorbike? I mean, your ash would go everywhere. Only where's ashtray? So I've had to put a secondary one, as you can see down there. I put a USB one on for my AH unit, and then decided to take the heated grips that were on it off, because they were some aftermarket cheap ones, and one of them had failed anyway, so when I took them off I just used the wires for that for my Aochi, so it's on an ignition light, because I don't often need heated grips, to be fair. I don't particularly like them. I think all they do is like burn your hands, or you palm your hands. Yeah, they get warmish, but the outside of your hands is still freezing. So I think if anything I'm going to invest in some heated gloves. But I don't even know if I need them, because I don't really do that much riding in bad weather. It's only when you get caught out on tour, which I suppose the whole point of touring is you tour at all sorts of times, and you know, you're touring so weather can change. I mean, we were over in Pecos, I think I might have said that before, earlier on in September, and the day we got there it was 37, 38 degrees near Bilbao. Absolutely scorching. The day after, no, it might be the you know, anyway, a day or so later, well, the third day, I know they went over the tops in the rain, and it was cold, but the day after that we went up to what everyone knows as the Stag and the Bear up there, and it was blowing a gale, and it were about 12, 13 degrees. So when it's been 37, 38, you know, that were in Spain, northern Spain, so it's like, it can be cold, and well, anyway, it can rain. What I don't like is, you know, it's going to rain all day, and I mean heavy rain all day. That's not good. Like, you see on the floor here, the floor's damp. It kind of wasn't forecast rain last night, but it did drizzle. I went out to fill up in the car, and I'd just had it washed, and I had to use my windscreen wipers, which is like, I hate that when you just clean the car. So anyway, yeah, it obviously drizzled, rained, whatever, must have had some kind of precipitation. So it's not great for riding on this weather, you know, it's a bit greasy, a bit slippery, but you're not getting piss wet through. That's the main crux of it. I'm also trying out my new remote control for my cameras. When I was at Pecos, I've said I've been there, I was speaking with some seasoned YouTubers, obviously Richie Vida, and specifically this time Bri, the Peaky Biker. Hiya Bri, if you're watching, hope you're doing well. And it's a bit slow. Danny Job, biking critter, talking about, you know, what we did and how we take pictures. Because I was saying, if you just set your camera recording, it records like a lot, obviously. And yes, you do that sometimes because you never know what's around the corner. I could be doing this and thinking, it's boring. Around the corner there could be a naked woman flashing. Hey! But why did I go that? Why did I go naked woman and not, you know, scene of an accident or something like that? Anyway, so I was on about what do you do for recording, and like Danny was saying, he does loops, 20-minute loops, and then he knows that when he's editing that, you know, there was nothing happening on that section, so he just discarded it, kind of thing. And then Brian was saying, he uses a remote control, it syncs up to his camera, and he just starts and stops. And I thought that's a good idea, because when they're on your helmet, I mean, it's alright facing you, and I've just realised I've not even started recording on my face, so I'll get that one started. Yeah, so when you can see that, obviously, that's what I mean. I looked down and I saw it wasn't recorded. But you can't see the one on your helmet. You've got to look down into your mirror and see the little red light reflecting. Well, this now is obviously the red light's flashing, which means it's working. So when I press it again, it'll go green, which means it's ready to work. So Yeah, I bought one of them. It's just velcroed on to my handlebar. I think it can sync quite a few cameras. I'm only trying it on my one today. And we'll go from them. So, like I was just saying back there, hi Bri, hope you're doing alright. Pick your bike. So it was him that gave me the idea for that. Because obviously with getting rid of the KTM and getting the Kawasaki, I'm still trying to set up the bike for vlogging and everything else that I do. You know, I've got my AH unit, it's on a bracket, it's a bit wobbly, but that's just because it's quite high, there's nowhere where it really has to put it, unless I can do it lower. I've not really looked at that. Just it depends if it interferes with you. I know you can't because it's fastened onto the frame. Yeah, so I've just got into, but the third camera, which, you know, down below, which takes a picture of like the forks of the wheels as you're riding. I quite like that view. And I am contemplating a 360. You know, everyone seems to have a 360, but they're not cheap. And part of the reason I've got the Kawasaki is, you know, I'm trying to save a bit of money at the moment, and spending 300 or 400 or 500 on another camera, which I don't particularly need yet. So, if any of the camera companies, especially DJI, want to send me one, I'll definitely try it out. So this is just coming through Hornsey. Anyone who knows the area? Used to be famous for the Hornsey pottery. Then it went to the I can't remember. Some shopping area. I don't know what it's called. So we're here at Withernsea Castle Cafe. All the guys are here. Going in now. So. Anyone that wants to join, just get in contact with Mike. He's the main honcho.
That was a really good.
He means gazing and happy because everyone's welcome in our club.
Keep the clutch in, you can mix seconds and
Thank you very much.
There you are.
Thank you.
Obligatory picture, Mal.
Yeah,
Ready?
well.
Right. I'll get a picture, mate, and then I'll send it to you. Right, big smile, Mal. There you go. It's feast course.
So that's the breakfast.
You just feel
Toast.
sad.
No, you see this is where we've got to judge everything. We'd have that one's runny, that's all right. That one's it's kind of runny, but it's all right. It's all right. But wife, there's no spam at this cafe, so it's already got a -1 point. So let's put a bit of pepper on it. Look, it's all there. Bacon, sausage, eggs, beans, mushrooms, tomatoes, and toast. Oh, and a bit of black pudding hiding down there, so I'll have a bit of brown sauce on that. Right. Come back to you all when it's eaten and tell you what it's like. So we've just had a breakfast run out to the Withernsea Castle Cafe. I got the large breakfast, so we could review a breakfast, and I have to say it was very nice. A couple of issues with it. Not issues is the wrong word. As I said earlier, if they don't have spam, then it gets marked down a mark. So they didn't have spam, so it gets marked down for that. But that's a personal thing with me. But I also spoke to the owner, and he says, because he referred to it, he says, we only get spam for Wesleys. So, people from West Yorkshire. And I says, yes. I said, well, I'm from West Yorkshire, or I was, so I now live in East Yorkshire. And yes, I must admit, when I first moved over here, spam seems to be a West Yorkshire thing. So anyway, he says he does get spam in, so yes, next time I go, I'll have to let him know first, and he'll have some spam in, which is cracking service. So thanks, Paul, for that. But yes, the large breakfast came. It was 2 eggs, 2 bacon, 2 sausage, beans, mushrooms, and tomatoes, and black pudding, and a slice of toast. I have to say it was decent stuff. Food was nice, enjoyed it, filling enough, everything was cooked right. Eggs were good. One was a little bit harder than the other one, but they were both still runny, which is, again, my wife has a major thing when we go for eggs places. If cafes can't cook a runny egg without it being all smeggy, there's something going wrong. Well, no, these were cooked fine and they were runny. So one was a little bit, it did have hard bits, but I ate that one first, so actually the hard bits helped on the toast. You gotta play to the kids, haven't you? So yeah, I would say, and this is, there's no breakfast out there yet that I've ever had that I think, well, no, not that I've ever had. To get a 10, it's got to be really, really up there. And obviously, this is no disrespect. The cafe at Withernsea is dealing with tourists and everything all the time, so you're not going to get like your best Lincolnshire straight from a butcher's pork and your finest cuts of bacon. It's done more mass produced as you would expect. I think it was £9.95, which is a cracking price for that, and it was good. So I would say, because it didn't have spam, it's gone from an 8 to a 7. But to me, 7's a good 7. Anything that's 70% is not bad. So yeah, it's gonna. I think to get a 9 or a 10 anywhere, you're gonna have to really impress me, or it'd be really cheap and be really good quality, which is, again, you can't get cheap and expensive, can you? Unless somebody's just doing it for a giveaway prize. So yeah, all in all, it was a good trip out, and I would highly recommend it. So yeah, if you're in Withernsea and you want a breakfast, Withernsea Castle Cafe gets a thumbs up. 7, maybe 7. Actually, I'd probably go 7.5. It was nice. Just a spam issue, but that's a personal preference. So just finished another ride out, and we're on his way home. I'm going to end the video here soon, so if you'd like to do the normal, which is subscribe, like, and click the notification bell. And I'll catch you on my next video. If you'd like to share this or comment, please do. Anyway, all that's left for me to say is ciao for now. Wheelie Malcolm. Thanks for watching.